What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Wallet Monkey channel. In this video, what I want to talk about is 3 common myths or 3 common misconceptions in the credit game. Now, this is usually myths that people with low credit scores or a low amount of access to capital, meaning total credit limit, TCL, it's usually myths that they have. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. So let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is that people assume that when you get a large amount of personal credit, right, like 100,000, 200, 300,000, that when you start to use that, it doesn't really affect your score the same way. That's kind of true, but it's mostly not true. What I mean by that is, for whatever reason, that if I've got access to 300K in capital, like what you're seeing on the screen right now, this is a credit profile of somebody who has over 300,000 in personal credit. They put $16,000 charge on a card, and they just recently paid it off. So you're seeing a 79-point jump on TransUnion, and let me jump over to here, a 93-point jump on the other one. What is this one? This has got to be Equifax, right? Yeah, and a 93-point jump on Equifax just by paying off $16,000 in credit. But it's like, holy cow, wait a second. They had over $280,000 existing on personal credit. How is it possible that such a small amount, $16,000, affected their credit score so much? Now, we could argue all day long that, whatever they were at, just over 700, that's nothing to scuff at. I would say having a 700 to 720, 720 preferably, you pretty much can get in anywhere. The 800 credit score, even though it sounds great, 850 sounds great as like this coveted, destination, it's not really necessary. Most credit unions, most banks, if you got over 720 and 60K or more in stated income, you're gonna be just fine, right? So anyway, 93-point jump though, for a measly $16,000 when there's that much TCL, that much total credit limit. So that's the first misconception or myth that I think people have, is that they just assume that, I can go spend 100K and then it's gonna be just fine and it's not gonna really affect my credit score. Wrong. Okay, next is that inquiries matter. They do and they don't, right? So the kind of standard or the rule of thumb is that 7 inquiries or less, and you can pretty much get in anywhere. There's not a whole lot of banks that are so conservative that they're not gonna accept you. And I will say that the caveat to that is credit unions are gonna be way more conservative. Credit unions are gonna care more about your inquiries. That being said, and this brings me into the third point, which is if I've got 60K or above in stated income, I'm pretty good on my profile. 60K and above, 720 credit score, and you can get in just about anywhere, like I said, right? So yeah, I just think that, people have these misconceptions, right? They think that, again, I need to be at 800 credit score. You really don't. I've heard of people with 760, 780s getting denied for credit cards. How's that possible if at that level I'm supposed to get any card? Like that's the misconception out there that, 760, 780, you'll get any card. Well, no, you won't. So again, I think it's more so that at that level, you definitely have to have a fuller profile, and you've got to have, be ticking all the boxes. They want to see a mortgage. They want to see some sort of non-revolving loan. They want to see they want to see you handling your credit well, but they also want to see some sort of installment loan, like a personal loan or something like that too, right? So they want to see you kind of ticking all those boxes. Auto loan, home loan, something like that, right? As well as, like I said, 60, I would say 100K is better stated income, but I know that that's not the median income. The median income in the United States is still, I think, like 36,000 or something, or maybe it's 42,000 now. But all that being said, if you got over 720, I'd say 60,000 and above, 100,000 is better. You're in a lot better shape than somebody with a 760, 780, and they're making $20,000 a month, or they're 21 years old and they got, their profile is super thin. You're gonna do better than them. Make sense? So again, I hope this helps with dispelling some of these myths, but I just hear this stuff perpetuated still to this day. People are still talking about this stuff like that's true or that's real, and it's not. So what I'd love to hear from you in the comments is what other myths are out there that you think are completely untrue or false or just dumb, that are still being perpetuated in the credit game space. I'd love to hear that in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Share this with a friend. Stick around, join our Patreon, join our Discord. All those links are gonna be in the description. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, you should subscribe. 60% of you are not subscribed yet. Right there. Okay, bye.